Yummy.
Put that back. No, those aren't yummy. Those are for the puppy, honey.
Hi,
everybody, so we are headed into Dubuque. We're going to do some grocery shopping, get our car washed, have to hit the dollar store, I think. Something else. Oh, and I've got to get some laundry supplies too while we're on our way.
Why do we have to go to Dollar Tree?
We need a few supplies there. Yeah, his eyes are lighting up. He loves the Dollar Tree. It's his favorite store, I think.
Pokemon.
No, we are not getting Pokemon today. No, you have enough Pokemon. He has enough Pokemon. Miss Rhea is hiding back there. She's with us somewhere. Hi, Miss Rhea. Hey, sit up. Let me see your hair. So look at that, you guys. She has these cool, like, looking boho spirally waves today. I did a different type of braid on her hair yesterday, and when we took it out, it looked really cool. So when I put her to bed last night, I did 2 of the same type of braid in her hair to get these like little spirally boho waves. So I'm actually thinking about doing a hair tutorial video, so that way, yeah, music. So that way you can see how I did it. And it's super easy, and especially with long hair, it's a really cool way. Let me see you again.
Look at there.
To get some cool, pretty waves in their hair. You really liked it, didn't you?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, are you tired? What do you have back there?
Dragons and army guys.
All right, so we're off.
I've got something to say, you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings.
So Aspen doesn't believe me. We are going to the Dollar Tree, but it is right next to a Taco Bell and a Burger King. And he keeps telling me, I want chicken nuggets. I said, no, we're going to the Dollar Tree. He says, no, I want chicken nuggets. Where are we going?
Wait, Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree.
Are we going to the Dollar Tree?
Hi, Gina. See everyone, look at my hair. Yeah, it's right back there.
Yes, your hair is beautiful today, Ireland.
Guys, look, I have a locket. I'm gonna put Mommy and Duke in it. Look, yummy.
Put that back. No, those aren't yummy. Those are for the puppy, honey.
Those are for puppy. Anyone hungry for something? Anyone hungry for something? Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Oh, I'm windblown. It's so windy today, you guys. Look at this. I'm glad I didn't try to style my hair. Matt decided, since the kids are going grocery shopping, and we always have to pay for bags where we go, to save a little money and purchase some bags. And he got the kids each their own
so they can help
grocery bags so they can help carry. Yeah. So I think Aspen chose Spider-Man. Zane got Avengers. We got Braxen, even though he's not with us because he don't want to have one. We got him, what, Yoda?
No, Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. And Ireland. Can I see yours?
Yeah.
Ireland got a Trolls shopping bag. And then Mom and Dad just got some plain black fabric ones. I have quite the ride going on at the grocery store, you guys. Are you driving? Mm-hmm. Are you driving? Yeah. We are actually on our way to Walmart. It's our last stop for the day. Then we can go home, get some school done with the kids. I need to get a few laundry items, and I have to finish getting Skylur's laundry done
Pretty much everything we got at this grocery store was helping.
Yeah. We let the kids get a snack, but that was about it. I mean, I even had Matt put the box macaroni and cheese back, and he's like, do you want some chips for at the house for you guys? And I'm like, no, because it's just too tempting. It's too hard. I mean, I brought Doritos home, and he was like, you got to put them away.
Bad.
You have to put them away.
Like, literally lock them up.
And if we're going to get chips or something, I'll just do that on a night where the kids are going to eat them right away, and they're not sitting in the house.
It's not that I can't eat them. It's just that it's too easy to overeat them.
Yeah, I eat a lot of them,
Yeah.
so. But yeah.
Too far to give up now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So what's your total weight loss at so far?
At least 96 pounds.
Yeah, since the beginning, but this second time around, how much have you lost
Over
already?
30 already since January 27th.
Yeah, so he's doing really good, you guys. Anyway, we're off to Walmart, and we'll see you guys in a few. All right, so we are home, and I'm getting ready to work on the fish tank because we have a problem with hard water, and as you can see, water's gone cloudy. Some of the fish seem like they're not doing so well, so I'm gonna go through and try to get the tank water changed, and hopefully the water's okay for them. So I was worried about this problem because I knew our water was hard. Hopefully I'll be able to get the fish tank water changed out a little bit and see if that doesn't help and they start perking up a little bit. So I'm gonna get to that. I was actually getting ready to hit my laundry and my other cleaning, but it looks like this needs to be the priority. I set the water out for them the day before yesterday because I noticed it was starting to cloud up, but I had to wait for it to sit. So I don't know what's going on. Windy day. My hair is crazy right now. Anyway, I'm going to get to this. The fish tank has been changed, and I set out another thing of water because I think it could probably actually use an extra change. I took out about half of the water, so I think in a couple of days I'm going to do it again. And then just get on a weekly scheduled cleaning of it because it actually wasn't that hard. I'd never used this type of system before. I'm used to just a single bowl tank. Matt's always taken care of the tanks in the past, but I think if I just pick a day of the week, just kind of like the rats cages, and do it that way, I think that'll be a lot easier, and then I don't have to worry about the fish. But since I changed the water, it looks like ZB is much happier with the way the tank is. So, and I think in 2 days, I'm going to go ahead and do it again because I think it'll need it. But anyway, and I know I just said that. Anyway, now I'm up putting away laundry, and of course with grocery shopping everything ran late. I still have a vlog to get out. I've got it all ready to go. I just need to put it out, but I'm going to get laundry started first because that takes a little while, and I have about 3 loads to wash yet tonight. All right, so I still have some laundry to go. It is what I've been saying is writing room Wednesday, but I told you guys I kind of stopped doing that and just tried to get in the writing room and get at least half an hour to an hour in there every single night, which the last couple of weeks that has not been where it needs to be. I don't know what's going on with my hair today. It's been doing so great up until today. I don't know, it's crazy. Anyway, well, I do kind of know what happened. When I washed my hair, I forgot to put conditioner in it. And it's wreaked havoc on my hair, so it's just not doing what I want it to do. Anyway, tonight, of course, is when I go live on Facebook and Twitter. So I'm going to do those 2 things. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about on my live posts tonight. I've been kind of tossing it around what I want to talk about because I like to keep it about writing, and I guess maybe just give an update. I know last week I was talking to everybody about you know, getting in the writing room, getting on that horse, don't let too much time go by. Should have taken my own advice. So I haven't been in the writing room. Not really. That's my editor, if you heard that. We're actually talking about some stuff for him. He has something called, and that's kind of interesting. This is going to get off the subject. Wow, it's blowing up. He actually has something that's kind of interesting that he does. It's called Patreon. And for a long time, it was just where people could support his writing career. They could say, you know what, I'm going to put $5 a month. And then he would do things like Skype sessions, stuff like that with them. And, but it wasn't really doing well for him. And it's kind of based off of, like, back a long time ago, they would have patrons that would, with artists and writers and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm talking Renaissance, stuff like that. You know, the times during the kings and queens, like, but they had patrons for people that did the arts. And so they would support their careers, basically. That's how they would make their living. If they were really good at it, if they were a good artist, a patron would help support their lifestyle so that they could paint. Or, you know, if they were a writer, so they could write. And so that's what Patreon was set up for, was something like that, where people could help support their favorite authors and artists and stuff like that. And so he had one of those accounts, but it wasn't doing very well. And so we were talking about it, and I said to him, I'm like, you know, why don't you offer an editing service through there where, you know, if they put so much towards your Patreon account, if they're a writer, not only could your patrons come in and like support you, because he has patrons that do support him, so that he can write on a full-time basis and do his editing and the things that he does. And like I've said before, you know, I preach his praises about being an editor, and there's a reason for that. He has really helped me grow as a writer, and Sasha was a tough editor for me to work with. It was really hard for me to take that advice. And I'm sorry, I know I'm moving you guys around, but I wanted to talk to you about this at the same time while I'm trying to put my dishes away, because it just needs to be done, and it's getting late. And I want to write tonight. But anyway, he took me through the ringer and really made me take a hard look at my writing and rip it apart. And at first I was like, oh, why is he being so mean? But he wasn't being mean. He was helping me become a better writer. And when I listened to his advice and I actually put it into play, my writing became so much better, you guys. And so I really do. I sing his praises. I said preach his praises, but the term sing his praises. I sing his praises as to him knowing his stuff as an editor. And I've told you guys, he has a YouTube channel. So if you're curious, if you're 18 or over, because he does touch on writing romance, erotic romance, stuff like that. So you want to be a little bit older to go onto his page, because, and then there's also, not even for that aspect of it, because most of that is just his writing advice and talking about like how to write relationships and stuff like that. But he also does reviews of items that you would have to be 18 or 21 to buy. That's also part of his channel. So that's why I say you should be at least 18 years old before you visit the channel. But for a writer, he gives solid writing advice, and that's how I got on this subject. He has his Patreon account, and I said to him, I'm like, why don't you offer an editing service through there too? Like, because editing is expensive for a writer, but like I've said before, I have a firm belief that even if you're going to go self-publish, not even traditional publishing, or even if you want to go for traditional publishing, but you're not sure how your editing skills are, or maybe you're not really sure about how you do on punctuation. Like me, I've told you guys, I suck at commas. I do. I suck at them. I always have such a hard time with them. Like, I want to put in commas where they shouldn't be, take commas out where they need to be, stuff like that. And that's something that I'm working on. So having an editor and having someone that can help you see those mistakes that you've made and give you honest critique, and not like a family member or friend, unless you have someone that's a great editor in your family and does not have a problem hurting your feelings, because really that's what it takes. I mean, you know, when you write, they're your babies. All of my stories are my babies. And so I mean, sometimes it can hurt your feelings when you're like, oh, you know, I worked for months, a year on this, and then somebody's ripping it to shreds and saying, no, there are a lot of areas you could improve here. So having someone that will give you that honest critique is really, really important when you're writing a story. And it's important so that way you can see it as your readers would see it, you know. And I mean, there's times where you're not going to change certain things. There are certain things that you say, no, honestly, I really believe this should be there. And you need to do that as a writer. But when it's solid advice and it's solid, you know, critique, take that advice. So anyway, I keep going off on these little tangents, but it's It's what I'm passionate about, you guys. I love writing, and I think that there are so many people out there that possess the ability to write good stories, but need help. They may have that talent for writing, but need help in the fine tuning of their stories. I guess you can have the greatest story ever, but you need that fine tuning to make it a great reading experience for your readers. So I said to him, I'm like, you know, editing is expensive. Why don't you offer like a Patreon service through your Patreon where a writer could come to you, and let's say they don't have X amount of dollars to drop down to get it edited, because what a lot of editors do is they edit by like, you know, it's so much per word. You know, if you have a publisher and stuff, they pay for that a lot of times. But for a lot of people, they're wanting to go that self-publish route, and getting an editor is so important, but also being able to afford to get that editor, because, you know, you're putting that book out there and hoping it gets sales, but the market is saturated, and so you have to do a lot of that promoting yourself. If you get lucky and it gets picked up and suddenly it starts going crazy, that's awesome, but that doesn't happen for most writers. It takes a lot of time and work to get your books out there and to get those things known. So I said to him, I'm like, well, what if you offered, you know, what would be reasonable to you? You know, that would make it reasonable for an author to be able to get some help. Or even if it's an established author that just needs a little critique on that book, that knows how to do that editing and then is ready to go for the full force editing later, how could you do that? So that's what he does now. He offers different levels of editing services for people, you know, whether it's advice or he'll do one-on-one talking with you, reading that first chapter of your book and giving you the critique, letting you know what needs to happen, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's kind of cool. If you want to, go over and check out his channel, and you can find out about his Patreon over there. His name is Sasha Ilovich, and you can see I'm subscribed to him, so you'll see it in my subscriptions. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get to these dishes and find out why Mr. Aspen isn't sleeping, because his daddy was putting him to bed, and it looks like he's being a stinker. He took a nap. Hi, baby. Are you being a stinker?
Yeah.
Yeah? How come you're not sleeping? Do you have pizza?
Yeah.
Were you hungry still? I am in the writing room for the first time in weeks, but I was gonna go live tonight and I ended up not going live, and I'm gonna put something out on my Facebook author page to let people know, but I was gonna go live and didn't because I have a sick little cookie upstairs. Ireland, not yesterday, the day before, we were driving into town. I think it was, I don't know, maybe it was then, I don't know. I've lost track of the days, everything seeming to run together. But Ireland was riding in the car and threw up. And so we thought maybe motion sickness. Well, today she went in the car again and said her tummy was queasy. So just as we got in town, we pulled into a gas station, and she didn't get sick that time, but she was she fell asleep on the car ride home and just kind of listless today. And then tonight she started running a temp, and I mean a temp. So yeah, mom priorities kicked in, and so of course the live didn't get done, but I'm gonna get in here and get some writing done and just keep checking on her. It is 10:45 and I still have a load of laundry to go in yet tonight. Oh, it has been one of those nights, guys. But whenever we have to go in town to get our shopping done, it always makes everything run late, but I do not want to get off this laundry schedule. I am so close to getting Mount Washmore gone. What are you chewing on? No, you can't have that stuff, Dad. He's always chewing everything. So I want to stay on it. So at least if I can get this last load thrown in the washer in the morning, I can just quick toss it in the dryer and we'll be good to go. But I'm going to get to this writing, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone.